North Coast man Robert Carl Huber will remain behind bars and is set to stand trial for the alleged murder of his 64-year-old partner in Ballina last year. Huber appeared in Lismore Court today and is charged with the murder of Lindy Lucina, whose body was found in a laneway on January 3. He's scheduled to appear at Sydney's Supreme Court via video link on October 4.
3 people have been arrested in the state's northwest following investigations into the supply of drugs in Moree. Around 6 a.m. yesterday, Strike Force Bull Shark officers executed search warrants at homes on Chester, Ann, Dover and Edwards Street in Moree. They seized more than $10,000 in cash as well as cannabis, methamphetamine, ammunition, knuckle dusters, knives and motorbikes. A 21-year-old man was arrested on Chester Street and a 49-year-old woman was arrested on Edwards Street. Both were granted conditional bail.
After months of increasing water rates, Central Coast residents could soon get some hip pocket relief. The state government is changing the law to bring our region in line with other council areas across the state.
Central Coast ratepayers could soon see relief on their water bills thanks to new laws being made in Macquarie Street.
It's going to drive efficiency for us as a business, and when we're more efficient, our prices should come down for our customers.
The Water Management Amendment Bill bringing the Central Coast operations in line with other councils across the state.
Making sure the council can function properly now. They're not covered under 2 different pieces of legislation, which was causing the difficulty.
Council's Director of Water, Jamie Loader, has welcomed the changes, saying it'll make a world of difference for incoming councillors ahead of next month's local election.
For council, it provides some clarity around the rules that we operate our water and sewer business under. This was one of the recommendations from the public inquiry into Central Coast Council.
And as promised before the last state election, the Minns government is making moves to prevent privatisation.
With the repeal of the Central Coast Water Corporation bill, that water will remain in the hands of ratepayers.
That's over $2 billion worth of assets.
IPART says it will continue regulating council's water rate hikes. Last month, rates were increased by 11.9%.
For us, the 3rd largest water utility in New South Wales, we have to make sure that we've got the right rules and regulations that work in the favour of ratepayers.
Amber Griffin, NBN News.
Prospective students are invited to tour the University of Newcastle's Alrimba campus this Saturday, as well as its clinical school at Gosford. The university's Central Coast Open Day will run from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m, with more than 1,000 people expected to turn out to learn about their study options. With the HSC exams less than 2 months away, senior high school students will be checking out locations for their next step.
The Central Coast is set to reap the benefits of a $615 million health infrastructure program, with 2 new ambulance stations slated for the region. Expressions of interest for parcels of land in Berkeley Vale and Kincumber are now open. The new purpose-built stations are set to improve coverage in growing areas.
Restoration works have begun on Peat Island, a historic Indigenous site on the Central Coast. An estimated $1 million will be spent making repairs as well as demolishing derelict buildings. 2 residential buildings on the mainland at Mooney Mooney will also be removed due to health and safety concerns. The site will be returned to the Darkinjung Aboriginal Land Council later this year.
Wyong Race Club is gearing up for one of the biggest events on its calendar, injecting millions of dollars into the economy. The Wyong Gold Cup Carnival is out of the gates this weekend.
The glitz and glamour is returning to Wyong Race Club. Thousands of punters will be trackside on Sunday as the Wyong Cup Carnival kicks off with Ladies' Day.
We've got full bookings in our pavilion for Star 104.5 Ladies' Day. Over 200 people, and all the interest and our bookings have been really solid for day 1.
Day 2 will get underway on Father's Day, which then leads into the century-old Wyong League's Gold Cup, worth $250,000. While some of the best horses from Sydney will race, it seems some of the top race talent is in our own backyard. Kim Waugh, Wyong's leading trainer for 8 years running, had 40 winners last season. She's returning for this year's carnival, starting with 3 runners on Ladies' Day.
All of them are going very well, and I think they'll be very competitive. The fields aren't out yet, so we're not sure what barriers we've got, but yeah, should go well.
This carnival not only puts the region on the map, but gives the local community a much-needed hand.
Obviously, the flow on pubs and clubs after the races, it's all very significant.
Events associated with the Wyong Race Club are responsible for generating more than $43.1 million in expenditure in the Central Coast region. And it's not just the economy receiving a boost, but provincial racing too.
It's great for the community, and it's really good for the trainers. People are realising this is a good place to train, so we are getting some really nice horses to train here.
It's something the New South Wales government is looking to support further.
We really understand that racing starts in the bush and in regional areas like the Central Coast. The government's reviewing funding at the moment for the industry to make sure that it's sustainable moving forward.
Gates open at 11 o'clock on Sunday 18. Bianca Wert, NBN News.
Cloudy and wet today with that rain moving through, mild temperatures and super small temperature swings. Overnight minimum was 15 and we only topped out at 17 degrees throughout today. That rain clearing overnight. Details soon.